All right, let's get it. Yeah, when I do heavy breathing like that, I feel like I get in with less of like a like a shock like that. Controlled breathing is super powerful, but most of my content is self-improvement content, and I guess that this is kind of a little bit different maybe. But we're all living for our first time, and I'm speaking on this in terms of forgiveness. It's sort of like we're all trying our best, but everyone has it come out, maybe not so good, but we're all still trying our best. Think of people who, let's say that someone hates their parents because of how they acted maybe when they were young. I'm not saying that people should not take responsibility here, also let me say that first off, but we are all living our first life. We're all living for the first time, including your parents, your teachers, the people you learn from, the people who maybe acted in a certain way that ended up hurting you or, negatively affected you or just something like that. We are all living for our first time, and so be more willing to forgive. Like, think about it. All of a sudden, you go from living your life and you're a parent or something. People like that probably they tried to act as like however much of a parent as they could, or some people, just abandon responsibility. But I'm saying, like, if you had a parent that didn't necessarily do, what you saw other parents do or something, release the responsibility somewhat for them, or at least be willing to forgive, because it's their first time being a parent. It's your first time living your life, but also, even though people, older than you have more experience, it's still their first time living too. And it's the same with yourself. Be more willing to forgive yourself. It's your first time living too. And like I said, I'm not saying release responsibility. Have responsibility for where you are in your life. But when you mess up, when you make a mistake, when you fail, understand that it's your first time living. And so it's, they're bound to happen. Mistakes will happen. Bad things will happen. But understand that it's because it's people's first time living that they don't know exactly how to live life. Think about it. When you go through something for the first time, are you perfect at it? No. And so be more willing to forgive people, because it's all of our first time living. And so that is my whole real spiel today. I don't want to go around too much on this topic, but it is everyone's first life. None of us are perfect on our first time through anything typically. And so understand that, yes, some people are just, we could say better just based on, human morals and all that, and just from what we see of them, but we're all still trying our best, and it comes out in the wrong way sometimes. Like, let's say that someone begins taking drugs. Why did they start taking drugs? Chances are it's because they were trying to forget problems or something. Maybe it was a fun night out or something, or, or it's the same with drinking. A lot of people are trying to forget their problems. And they're doing the right I think that they're trying to deal with their problems, but it's coming out in the wrong way. And I think that is, it's their first time living. They haven't learned yet. And so be more willing to forgive. This is not my normal content, I don't think, but I still think it's an important thought to have, that it's all of our first time, going around like this. But it's important to keep in your mind, just because people will act in ways that don't always make sense or are necessarily good. And so it's up to us to be more willing to forgive. Be more willing to forgive, because we understand that no one's perfect on their first time through anything typically. But God, it is gorgeous. I woke up a little earlier than normal. I have working a couple hours here, but I was gonna sleep like 2 more hours, but I woke up for some reason super early, so now I am. I'm up. Maybe I'll take just a nap at work. No, that's the one rule of being a security guard, is don't fall asleep, at least in my mind. When you see security guards fall asleep on like movies or TV shows, I don't think that they were lying, because like all the security guards I've met are like, kind of just like, they just want to cuddle up and like rest their eyes for a little, let's say. But no, it's good that I have a job where nothing really happens, and it's good not to get too complacent. But keep that thought in your mind. Keep the thought in your mind that it's all of our first time through this life, and so be a little more willing to forgive. And on that note, let's dunk. Woohoo! I sounded like Mickey Mouse or something there. Woohoo! God, all right, I'm going for the second head dunk because it just feels so good. Oh. I don't know why, but dunking my head in cold waters, or specifically my face, feels just amazing. Like at any time of day, even at just like middle of the night, sometimes I want to do it. But I hope you have enjoyed and have a great day. Bye-bye.